Every morning, every day of our lives, we have choices to make. You have the choice to stay in bed, to say, forget it, I'm not gonna work out today, or forget it, I'm not gonna work hard today. You always have a choice every single day of your life. So,
there comes a day, man. Everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out, or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, when your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns and sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass. And you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out. But you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were gonna fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it. Until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then that fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never gonna be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going, you're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age, it can happen at a later age. It's gonna happen to somebody no matter what, it's gonna happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us.
a lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I started to say, what if I can pull this off? When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms. Because it makes me just like, what if?
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Who fought in these wars? You have no idea how big of a deal this is to me. I was not always this strong guy you see. I went through a lot of hard times in my life to get here today.
What I've learned is that most of the sabotage in your life is self-induced. Hear me out, okay? Most of the sabotage that is self-induced in life is because you do not have the self-regulation to do that which you know you need to do. So you need to be able to ask yourself, right? You know you need to go to the gym. You know you need to start this business. You know you need to read this book, but you don't do it. Why? Why don't you do it? Not, oh, I didn't do it today. No, why didn't you do it? Why did you cave to the nonsensical bullshit and the perspective that you're above the grind, you're above the work, you're above the consistency? Because these are the things that are holding you back. We understand that consistency compounds. I've said this once and I'll say it again. But why is it that you know what to do, but you don't do it? Don't just say, oh, because I'm lazy. No, that's not good enough. Wait, no, it's not that you're lazy. Something else is wrong. You need to be able to identify these things. And once you identify these things, you're able to tackle them effectively.
Like what bothers you about yourself?
I just wish I just felt more comfortable in my own skin a lot of times, because I feel like I would be able to be more effective as a person if I could just not toil in some of my own small self-worth issues or like lack of confidence at times. I wish I could trust my instincts, and I wish my instincts were like better calibrated so that I knew when if I was doing like okay and good stuff, then my insides like told me you're being okay, you don't have to worry.
Playing against the New York Knicks, have a terrible game. So my father calls, bring your tail home. So I come home, we land late. Be here tomorrow at 0500 a.m. Like, what? You heard what I said? Yes, sir. So I go home, wake up 5 a.m. We get in the car, we're driving. And if my father don't speak, you don't speak. You don't speak until you're spoken to, ever. So I said something, and he's like, what? So now he's upset. What, you couldn't handle the pressure? I not couldn't handle the pressure. And so now he's very upset. We ride, and we, under this bridge, it's a homeless family. And he's sitting, and he turns the light off. They're sleeping in a little tent. And we're just sitting and waiting. 5:30, 6. About 6:30, the guy comes out. And my father said, that's pressure. And then the wife comes out, and then the two babies come out. He said, pressure is when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Tired of you rich, spoiled athletes not performing to your level and then saying you can't handle the pressure. You don't know what pressure is. You still get paid after a bad game. It's not pressure, this is pressure. Get out. Like, what do you mean get out? Get out. I get out the car, he drops off. So now, I kind of knew what he wanted me to do. So I made contact with the family, I'm talking to the guy, and the guy recognized, hey man, your dad's wonderful, he brings us blanket, he brings us food, he gives us cash every now and then. My father ain't really have the resources to do what I can do, but I do, right? And not only the resource, my father was kept to himself. I'm, hey, hi, shake hands. So I'm talking to the guy, I say, hey man, I'm just looking for a job. And first thing I gotta do is gotta get my family off the tree, boom, 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 boom. Hey, Jamal, you still got them apartments that you're doing around the corner? Yeah, I need a 3-bedroom. How much? All right, 12 times 36,000. I'll write you a check for 36,000. I'm gonna get them off the street. Take care of that. Hey man, you still got that furniture store? All right, I'm gonna send you. I need 3 beds, couch, boom, 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 couple of TV. 10,000. All right, take care of it. So now I gotta talk to the guy. Now I got my place to stay. Got just the rent's paid, everything's paid. Give him some money for food. So what do you like to do? I said, man, I could do whatever. Hey Tim, you still got that lawn service? You need some guys? Boom, boom, boom. I'll send this guy by. So I got him a job, got him a place to stay, and he was working for me until last year. He made it to where he worked for this guy, got his money up, started his own lawn service. I hired him, and he was working for me. I had to let him go because my house in Orlando had to sell it. But I help his kids go to college and do stuff like that. But because of that moment, Father taught me, what you complaining for? My house was 70,000 square feet. What is that to complain about? I got housekeepers, I got chefs. Why do you complain about anything? I got 20 commercials running. So, when the moment about the hospital and the moment about that, I'm like, it's nothing to complain about. You just deal with certain situations. And as men, we have to deal with a lot of situations. You persevere, you get around them. Things that are difficult, you break them down to the simplest form and you keep moving. Once you go, you're done. Rather than go this way. No, go this way. Okay, boom, 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 up. I'm back on track. Once we go, done. Now you gotta go back to the bottom. Like if you're at a 10 and they knock you back to a 7, don't go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Go 7, 7.2, 7.3, 8, 9. Get back to 10. That's how I always look at life. No matter what comes my way.